Hello everyone, this is Payal Vaja. In this video, we will discuss about introduction of prokaryote cells and eukaryote cells. These are the list of contents. First one, definition of cell. Next one is cell theory. Size and shape of cell. Introduction of prokaryote cells with schematic diagram. Traits or a feature of prokaryote cells. Introduction of eukaryote cells with a schematic diagram. Traits of eukaryote cells. Differentiate prokaryote and eukaryote cells. First one, what is cell? Definition of cell. Before we discuss eukaryote cell and prokaryote cell, first of all, we will discuss what is cell. It took a long time for people to discover cells and figure out what they were all about. They need sophisticated equipment that is called as a microscope to be able to see a cells, and everything we know about cell we called as cell theory. That means what is cell? Cell that are see with the help of microscope, and everything we know about the cells that is called as a cell theory. Cell theory. First one, all living things they are made up of cells. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function in all living things. And in other words, cells are like the building block of the all living things. Last one, new cells are only made from existing cell. So in cell theory, first one is all living cells or all living things that are made up of cells. And cell, it is the basic structural unit of any living body. In other words, cells are one type of building blocks of any living organisms. New cells that are made from existing cells only. Cells comes in all shapes and size. So various size and various shapes cells are present here. Two types of cell. First one is prokaryote cell and second one is eukaryote cell. So what is prokaryote cell? These are two distinct type of cell with structural difference. First one is prokaryote cell that are present in a bacteria. So prokaryote cells that are present in the bacteria, that is the figure of prokaryote cell that is present in a bacteria. Next one is eukaryote cells that is present in the plant and animal cell. First figure indicated that eukaryote cell that is present in the plant cell, and second figure indicates that eukaryote cell present in the animal cells. Schematic diagram of prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell. By using schematic diagram, we will easily differentiate prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell. Diagram of prokaryote cell is about 0.1 to 10 micrometer, and diagram of eukaryote cell is about 10 to 100 micrometer. First one, prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell both contain plasma membranes, both contain the cytoplasms, both contain DNA, while prokaryote cell only contain nucleoid region and eukaryote cell is contain nucleus. So nucleus is not present in the prokaryote cell, and nucleoid region that is not present in a eukaryote cell. And last one is ribosome that are present in the both the cell, prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell. So by using schematic diagram, we differentiate prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell. In prokaryote cell, nucleoid region is present while in eukaryote cell, nucleus is present. What is prokaryote cell? Prokaryote cell, definition of prokaryote cell is single cell organism that doesn't have a nucleus. So, prokaryote cell means that is a single cell organism and that doesn't contain nucleus. Traits or a characteristic of prokaryote cell. They do not have a nucleus and their genetic material is not stored in the nucleus. That means prokaryote cell doesn't have a nucleus and their genetic material is not stored in a nucleus because nucleus is not present in the prokaryote cells. Second one is they have some organelles but not many organelles. That means prokaryote contains some organelles but it doesn't contain many organelles. They are less complicated than eukaryote. So prokaryote it is a single cell structure. So they are less complex than the eukaryote cell and all bacteria which contain prokaryote cells. What is bacteria? Bacteria may be small but they are powerful. During the 14th century, 25% or one-fourth of Europe was killed by a bacteria that is called the bubonic plague and also called as Black Death. This bacteria was spread through flies and rodent. First of all, what is bacteria? Bacteria may be a small, but they are powerful. They are easily shown by microscope. They are not visible by naked eye. And during the 14th century, 25% of Europe was killed by bacteria that is called as a bubonic plague. And first figure, in this figure, may, many peoples are killed by bacteria that is easily shown in this figure. And this bacteria was spread through flies and rodent. Second figure, in this figure, fly is present. So bacteria are easily spread through flies and rodents. And last one is figure of bacteria. Which type of bacteria is spread through flies and rodent that is present. But at the same time, we need a bacteria to live. Why? Bacteria are decomposer and without them, all other organisms would not be able to survive. Bacteria are work as a decomposer and without them, all other organisms would not be able to survive. So we use bacteria in our digestive system to help digest our food and there are approximately 10 times as many bacterial cells as human cells in the human body. That means we use bacteria particularly in our digestive system to digest our foods and these are approximately 10 times as many bacterial cells as human cells in human living body. We couldn't make cheese or yogurt without using bacteria. So bacteria is required. What is eukaryote cell? Prokaryote cell it is a single cell structure while eukaryote cell is it is a more complex cell with a nucleus and many organelles. So what is the difference between prokaryote cell and eukaryote cell? Prokaryote cell it is a single cell structure. It doesn't contain nucleus and that have a organelles but not a many organelles is present. While eukaryote cell is more complex cell, it also contains nucleus and many organelles is present. Traits or features of eukaryote cell. First one is they all have a nucleus where genetic material of cell is stored. So eukaryote cell which contain the nucleus, and in nucleus genetic material is easily stored. They have many organelles that work together to help the cell function. Eukaryote have many organelles compared to prokaryote cell. So what is the function of organelles? To help the cell function. That is the schematic diagram of eukaryote cell, which contain endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, dot indicated that is a ribosome. Nucleus is present in the center side. Free ribosome is also present. Mitochondria is present and cell membrane is present. Differentiate prokaryote and eukaryote cell. First one is prokaryotic cells do not have a nucleus and eukaryotic cells do have a nucleus. We already discussed. This allows eukaryotic cells to make a multicellular organism and perform more complex function. We already discussed prokaryote cell doesn't contain nucleus while eukaryote cell which contain nucleus. Due to presence of nucleus in eukaryote cell, they are capable to make a multicellular organism and they perform a more complex functions compared to prokaryotic cell. Eukaryote organism invariably make use of sexual reproduction, having its distinctively improved survival value via its sharing capacity with respect to this general gene pool. That means eukaryotic organism they are useful for sexual reproduction and they having its distinctive survival value or different survival value via or that have a feature to sharing its gene pool. While prokaryotic organism usually do not have the capacity of sexual reproduction because they doesn't have any distinctive feature for sharing its gene. Thus, they essentially acquire other mechanisms so as to avoid the genetic uniformity which could prove even fatal in the microbial species when certain experimental parameters, namely development of an antibiotic. Thus, they essentially acquire other mechanism so as to avoid the genetic uniformity which could prove even fatal in the microbial species. Next one is classification of bacteria. We have completed what is eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. Next one is classification of bacteria. These are the list of contents. First one is classification of bacteria based on two classification, phenotypic bacteria and next one is genotypic classification. Based on phenotypic classification that have a subtypes. First one is morphological classification, next one is anatomical classification, next one is staining classification, next one is cultural characteristics, nutritional classification, and environmental factors. While based on genotype, DNA hybridization, and other way of classification, we will discuss one by one. First one, what is phenotype and genotype? First of all, we discuss what is phenotype and genotype. After that, we will discuss what is classification of bacteria based on phenotype and genotype. First definition, what is phenotype? Definition of phenotype is The observable physical properties of organisms like appearance, its development, and its behavior. That is called as a phenotypes. So what is phenotype? Any organism that observable or visual characteristics like microorganism appearance, their developments, and their behaviors. That is called as a phenotype. And what is genotype? Each pair of alleles represent the genotype. So what is the allele? Allele, also called allelomorph, and any one of two or more genes that may occur alternatively at a given site on a chromosome. Alleles which may occur in a pairs, or they may be multiple alleles which affecting the expression of particular trait. So alleles that are present in a pair. Next one is determination of genotype and phenotype. So determination of genotype, which is based on genotype by using a biological assay such as PCR to find out what genes are on an allele. That means genotype determination is based on PCR, polymerase chain reaction. Why we perform polymerase chain reaction? To find out what types of genes that are present on the alleles. What is the phenotype? They are observation of an individual. So phenotype determination, it is based on observations. Genotype, it is depend on the hereditary information that was given to an individuals by their parents. While genotypes and influence of environment. So genotype, it is depend on hereditary information that was already given by their parents, and phenotype, it is depend on the genotypes and effect of environmental condition. Next one, genotype, which contains all the hereditary information of an individual even if those genes are not expressed, while phenotype, which contain expressed gene only. Genotype, inheritance of genotype is particularly that is inherited by offspring as one of the two alleles is passed on during reproduction, while phenotype can't be inherited. Examples of genotype is sweet pea plant, gene for flower color has a two alleles, DNA, and susceptibility to disease. So while phenotype have an example is hair color, eye color, weight, etc. Morphological classification. Based on morphological classification, bacteria can be classified into six groups. First one is true bacteria. True bacteria. Example of true bacteria is cocci. These are spherical or oval shaped cells, and on the basis of arrangement of individual organism, they can be described as various classes. First one, true bacteria. Example of true bacteria is cocci. Cocci that are in a spherical shape or oval shape. It is present. And on the basis of arrangement of individuals, organisms, that is described as first one is monococci. That means cocci that is present in a single cell. An example of monococci that is present in a single cell, that is called as a monococcus species. Next one is diplococci. Cocci that is present in a pairs. Example is Streptococcus pneumonia. So in diplococci, cocci that is present in a pair. And example of diplococci is Streptococcus pneumonia. Next one is Staphylococci. In Staphylococci, cocci that is present in a grapes-like cluster. An example of Staphylococci is Staphylococcus aureus. Next one is Streptococci. In Streptococci, cocci present in the chains. Example of Streptococci is Streptococcus pyogenes. Next one is tetrad, cocci that is present in the group of 4. That is known as a tetrad. An example of tetrad is Micrococcus. Last one is Sarcina. In this Sarcina, cocci that is present in the group of 8. So, there is the figure of cocci. First one is in chain, cell divide in a one plane. First figure indicated that diplococci. In diplococci, two cocci is present in the pair. Second one is chain of cocci is present. Second one is packets formation. In packets formation, cell divides in two or more planes perpendicular to one another. Example is packets. Easily, cocci is present in form of packets. And last one is cluster formation. Cells that is divided in a several planes at a random one. So cell divide in a several plane but randomly. That is called as a cluster formation. What is bacilli? Bacilli, these are rod-shaped bacteria. On the basis of arrangement of organism, they can be described as diplobacilli, streptobacilli, palisades, Chinese letter form, cocobacilli, and comma-shaped bacilli. So first of all, what is bacilli? Bacilli that are present in a rod shape. So bacilli, it is a rod-shaped bacteria, and on the basis of their arrangement of their organism, they can be described as various types. And all the types we will discuss in the next slide via schematic representation. First one is cocci. First figure is in single cell, that is called as a coccus. Second one is cocci that is present in the pair, that is called as a diplococci. While cocci that are encapsulated. Next one is staphylococci is present. After staphylococci, streptococci figure is present. In streptococci, 6 cocci is present. Sarcina is also present. In Sarcina, 8 pair of cocci is present. And last one is tetrad. In tetrad, 4 cocci is present in a group. Next one is bacilli. Bacilli, first one is cocobacillus, that are in a round shape. Second one is bacillus. Next one is diplobacilli, that means bacilli that is present in a two pair. Next one is palisades, and last one is streptobacilli. Next one, budding and appendage bacteria. So in the last of or in the end portion of bacilli, they are stretched out, that is called as a hyphae, and that is also called as a stalk. And that is the in another side, another examples is present. What is actinomycetes? Actin means rice and mycetes means fungus. So these are rigid organisms like a true bacteria, but they resemble a fungi in that they exhibit a branching and tend to form a filament. So actinomycete means actin means ray, like a ray structure, and myx means fungus. So these are a rigid organisms like a or similar to true bacteria, but they are resemble a fungi in that they exhibit a branching and tends to form a filaments. So that present in fungi, due to presence of fungi that exhibit various branches and which form a filaments like structure. They are termed such because of their resemble to sun rays when seen in a tissue sections. So they are called as actinomycetes. Why? Because of their structure like a sun rays when they are seen in the tissue sections. Next one is spirochetes. Spirochetes. These are a relatively longer, slender, non-branch microorganism of a spiral shape that having a several coils. That means spirochetes. In this figure, we will easily see what is spirochetes. Spirochetes that are relatively longer, slender one, and non-branch microorganism. They doesn't contain any type of branches. They are spiral in shape, which contain several coils. What is mycoplasma? These bacteria lack in rigid cell wall and are highly pleomorphic and of indefinite shape. So what is mycoplasma? Mycoplasma, this bacteria doesn't contain rigid cell wall. So they have a cell wall lacking property and they are highly pleomorphic and they have a indefinite shape, particular shape. They occur in round or a oval bodies and in interlacing filaments. So they are present in a round or a oval bodies and there in interlacing filaments is present. Next one is Rickettsia and Chlamydia. These are a very small obligate parasites and at one time were considered closely related to the viruses. Now these are regarded as bacteria. So Rickettsia and Chlamydia, these are the very small obligated parasites. They are smaller in size and that is a obligated parasite and at one time were considered closely related to virus. At sometimes that are related to the virus, but now that are regarded as or that is called as bacteria. That is the based on true classification of true bacteria. Second one is based on anatomic feature. According to anatomic feature, first one is capsule. They can be divided into two types, capsulate and non-capsulate. First one, example of capsulate bacteria is Streptococcus pneumonia, while non-capsulate bacteria is Viridans streptococci. In capsulate bacteria, capsules is present and non-capsulate bacteria, they are not present in capsule-like structure. Second one is based on flagella. They are divided into two types, flagellate and afflagellate. In flagellate bacteria, bacteria contains flagella. Example of flagellate bacteria are Monotrichius, Lophotrichius, Omiphitrichius, and Peritrichius. While off-flagellate off-flagellate bacteria, they doesn't contain flagella. An example of off-flagellate bacteria is Shigella species. That are the based on anatomical features classification. And last one is spore. Spore forming bacteria. Example of spore forming bacteria is Bacillus species and non-spore forming bacteria. Example is E. coli. based on staining reaction. First one is gram positive bacteria. Gram positive cocci. Example of gram positive cocci is Staphylococcus aureus. An example of gram negative cocci is Neisseria gonorrhea. Gram positive rods. Example is Clostridium species. While gram negative rods, example is E. coli. So, what is gram positive and what is gram negative? We will discuss in the next session. What is acid fasting? That have a two types, acid fast bacilli and non-acid fast bacilli. Acid fast bacilli have an example is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, while non-acid fast bacilli example is Staphylococcus aureus. Based on growth factor requirements. According to growth factor requirements, two types, fastidious and non-fastidious. Fastidious means a fastidious organism is any organism that has a complex or a particular nutritional requirement. Example is Halophilus influenza. And what is non-fastidious organism? Non-fastidious organism that doesn't have any nutritional requirement. Example is E. coli. Next one is hemolysis on sheep blood agar. Two types. First one is alpha hemolysis. Example is Streptococcus pneumonia. And second one is beta hemolysis. Example is Streptococcus pyogenes. Next one is utilization of carbohydrate. Based on utilization of carbohydrate. First one is oxidative. Example is Micrococcus. And based on fermentative. Example is E. coli. Next is based on growth rates. Rapid growing bacteria, example is Vibrio cholera, and slower growing bacteria, example is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Pigment production, based on pigment production, pigment producer, example of bacteria is Staphylococcus aureus, while pigment non-producer, example is E. coli. Based on nutrition, two types, autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs, which make their food through a photosynthesis using the energy of sun, that is called as a autotrophs. So autotroph, they, they make they make their foods through the photosynthesis by using the sun, energy of suns. While what is the heterotrophs? Heterotrophs can't make their own food, so they must eat or absorb it. That is called as a heterotrophs. So autotrophs easily make their own food, while heterotrophs can't make their own food. Based on environmental factor, first one is based on temperature, second one is oxygen dependence, based on pH, based on salt concentration, and based on atmospheric pressure. First one is based on temperature. Four types is available. First one is psychrophiles. They grow between 15 to 20 degrees centigrade. Example is Pseudomonas fluorescens bacteria. Second one is mesophile. Mesophiles, they will grow between 20 to 40 degrees centigrade. Examples is E. coli, Salmonella enterica, and Staphylococcus aureus. Next one is thermophiles. So they are present or they are grow in a higher temperature like 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. Example is Bacillus Styrothermophilus. And extremely thermophiles, they are grow above 250 degree centigrade. They are the classification based on the temperature. Based on oxygen dependence, first one is aerobes. Aerobes, they are grow in a ambient temperature which contain 21% oxygen and a small amount of carbon dioxide, approximately 0.03%. That means aerobes, they are grow in the presence of oxygen, approximately oxygen that are present in a 21% concentration, and where small amount of CO2 is present, about 0.03 percentage. What is obligated aerobes? Obligated aerobes, they are strictly requires oxygen for their growths. Example is Pseudomonas aeruginosa, that are called as obligated aerobes. And last one is microaerophile. They are grow under the reduced oxygen 5 to 10% and increase CO2 8 to 10%. So in microaerophiles, bacteria grow under the reduced level of oxygen like 5 to 10% and increase the level of carbon dioxide like 8 to 10%. Example is Helicobacteria pylori and second one is Campylobacter jejuni. What is facultative bacteria? They are capable of growing either in presence or the absence of oxygen. Example is E. coli. Next one is obligated anaerobes. Example is Clostridium species. Next one is capnophilic. Example is H. influenza and Neisseria gonorrhea. In capnophilic, they require an increased concentration of CO2. Example is 5 to 10% concentration is required. Last one is aerotolerant. That is the figure. Demonstration of oxygen requirement. High to low level oxygen tension is present. In aerobic, above the top, growth is present, bacterial growth is present. Second one is microaerophilic, growth just below the surface, growth is present just below the surface. While facultative anaerobic, growth is present throughout the test tube. While aerotolerant anaerobic, some growth in oxygen and that is present in the lower portion. Last one is anaerobic that are present in the bottom. So growth is present in the bottom side of test tube. Based on a pH, they are divided into three types. First one is acidophiles. So bacteria present in a acidic condition or grow in the acidic condition. Example is Lactobacillus acidophilus. Next one is alkaliphiles. So bacteria, they are grow in the alkaline conditions. Example is Vibrio cholera. And last one is neutralophiles. So bacteria grow in a at neutral pH between 6 to 8 pH. Majority of medically important bacteria grow best at a neutral or slightly alkaline reaction like 7.2 to 7.6. So majority of bacteria, they are best grow at neutral or slightly alkaline pH. Based on concentration, salt concentration, two types is present, halophiles and non-halophiles. What is halophiles? Halophiles is an organism that need a high salt concentration for the growth, while non-halophiles grow best in a media which containing less than zero point 0.2 molar salt. So halophile, they need a high concentration, 0.2 to 5.2 concentration, 5.2 molar dissolved salt is required for growth, while non-halophile, they are grow in a media which containing less than zero point 0.2 molar salt. Other way of classification like motile and non-motile bacteria. What is motile bacteria? The vast majority of the motile bacteria, they have the ability to move due to their flagella structure on the bacterium. That means motile bacteria, they are able to move due to their flagella, while non-motile bacteria, they didn't contain any type of flagella-like structure, so they are not able to move. Next one is sensitive bacteria and resistant bacteria. Sensitive bacteria means they are susceptible, means they can't grow if the drug is present. Any type of antibiotic is present. That means the antibiotic is effective against the bacteria, While what is the resistant bacteria? Resistant bacteria means the bacteria can grow even if the drug is present. That is called as a resistant bacteria. Example is lactose fermenter and non-lactose fermenter. So, lactose, what is lactose fermenter? The breaking down of sugar lactose into an acid is used to make the fermented dairy foods and to test for food poisoning. So lactose fermentation also occur in your body if you are lactose intolerant. While lactose non-fermenter, so only unable to ferment a lactose will form a normal color colony. An example of non-lactose fermenting bacteria are Salmonella, Yersinia, etc. Next one is pathogenic and non-pathogenic. Pathogenic organism is an organism which is capable of causing a disease in a host. Example is foodborne disease that is caused by the pathogenic bacteria. Example is Salmonellosis species. While what is non-pathogenic bacteria? Organism which do not cause disease. They are called as non-pathogenic bacteria. Thank you.